influence on my playing, especially with a lot of delay. Just loved, his playing, and then of course totally got into Pink Floyd, Genesis, and what came from that is getting into jazz fusion and listening to a whole bunch of different artists there, and that kind of got me into this mindset of in a band. I don't know if you have really appreciated this, but when there's a band that trades licks, from the drummer to the bassist to the guitarist to the keyboards, everybody's got a say. And basically you can hear every single instrument voice in a band, and it's kind of like a takeoff from just straight up jazz. There's always a riff from everybody in a tune. In jazz fusion, it's just that much stepped up higher. And
right.
Yep. And I see Planet Binks here, and I just want to give her a big shout out because she actually set me up with a drummer from one of my guitar heroes, and we just got a track back from him, or I got a track back from him with putting drums down on this tune, Wrangle Jangle, that it sounds super sweet, and I want to give a big shout out to him. Louis Alicia, he's the drummer for Al Di Meola, among many other bands. I mean, he's gigging every night. He's non-stop, just huge. And so,
huge shout out. I just also want to hugely shout out Planet Binks. And if you've got any links, you can feel free to drop them in the event chat. Or if you can't, you can even DM them over to me, and I'll probably be able to squeeze them in there if there's any bots on guard or anything. Because doing awesome, amazing stuff in the music space, working with legends, doing epic metaverse events, and all over Web3. So check out Planet Binks too.
Yeah. And, of course, I met her through the Metaverse Music Festival, helping get things ready for the New Year's Eve show. Didn't work out having a set for that. I wound up, having a couple of setbacks there, but, it's actually a month to the day. It was December 17th December 27th that we were on Easy's Corner, and the 27th night, and then I wound up testing positive for COVID that night.
And you were like, I don't know if I'm gonna be up for it, and I was like, well, we could just do like a short little 15 minutes and then reschedule. And you wound up just getting super hyped that night. It was a great show. We went long. We went for like, I don't know,
a couple hours 15, an hour and 20 almost.
It was definitely over the hour. But
I have to ask, is this being recorded? Because
that's a good question. I don't think, unless DJ Savage happened to throw on the recording, we don't have like a bot that records over in here. We are going to be...
I'm going to cut you off right there. I actually just started streaming this out on my YouTube, so it is sitting out there right now. I missed the first 5 minutes or something, but it is being recorded.
Awesome.
Actually, I'll even actually start recording it too, because it's just going to YouTube,
awesome.
So I'll record it as well. So, yeah, we're good, guys. Keep going.
Hey,
I'll drop the link for sure.
To the YouTube, because I could put that on my Facebook, and my wife was going, "Can I just listen in?" It's like, I don't know.
Of course, I mean,
you want to set up a Discord account?
I actually just hooked this all up like yesterday, and hooked my YouTube up, and got permissions to stream it and stuff, and I was just kind of testing it, so.
Dude,
here we go. We got lucky. Let's go.
We're doing it, yeah. And just a little sidebar. We have been talking about possibly taking Easy Street and running it dually, like through maybe Twitter Spaces to try and reach some more people, and then also just have like the chat over here and be able to be recording it, putting it out as like a podcast on platforms and whatnot too. But yeah, I'm stoked that we're recording. Back to it, Fellenz.
Yes, sir.
I forget where we're at, so we can just kind of dive into something. Let's talk a little bit about how you found your way to, crypto, Web3, NFT space, and what that was kind of like.
So it was really through my friend Habib. Just a big shout out to Mr. It's pretty cool. BitLord Classic. He's part of DC in the city. They're doing a lot of podcasts, but he invited me in to grow your base. And that's how I really got introduced to all these different projects. And the main one, Lucas introduced me to the founders of Fanfare. It was NFTFM.io, and now it's fanfare.fm. And I got to chatting with Jackson, and he invited me to put the track on their founders token. And that was the reward for all the people that were part of the ICO early on. And so I've got that on my Audius profile. It's the NFTF founder.
And I actually,
Yeah.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I had, after you said founders token, I think it might be Discord settings trying to cut out the background noise, but you'd went kind of quiet for a sec. I was just going to say how I was able to score that founders token because back on EG's Corner, I think it was, that you had mentioned about, being able to join up. And, I think maybe it was I shared my my referral link a few times, and that got me one of the founders tokens. I was super stoked when I got that email, and I was like, oh, and then it reminded me that your track was on there, and I sent you a message right after I got it.
It was awesome, man. And I went, hey, it's out. So
yeah,
I actually went back. I know, it's like nobody told me, but guess what? I hadn't actually earned my my reward. And so I just reached out to Jackson. He flowed me the token to me. And so,
nice.
yeah. And so what you're talking about is actually a reprise of the founders token, because that is the Fanfare token. It's the Genesis token.
Correct. So Genesis token.
If you have listened to the founders token, you'll hear how that I repeated the theme in the Fanfare Genesis token, but it's a totally different feel. I kind of took the edge off it, and one of a really big influencers for me in the crypto space soon after joining Grow Your Base, I was introduced to Tim Ellis, Jack's Hideaway, Meta Jax, and
shout out Jazz. They're going to be performing soon over in TokenSmart. I'll go there after the show, in fact.
They're starting in 9 minutes, right?
Something like that, but they'll go for a while.
Exactly. And so with that, I've gotten a whole lot of confidence around it, because I was just wondering what my place here in the land of NFT was, and it really gave me pause whether or not I should just go whole hog in. And I was getting a lot of excitement to just dump it in, and I held back, and I've been holding back quite a long time.
How hog are you now? Are you 3/4 hog in? Are you whole hog in it yet?
I'm like 99.9%, because I actually had an interesting conversation. I think we're skipping ahead a little bit to now, but 2 days ago I was on a Twitter Spaces with Pat Dimitri, Motivate, and a few others that I basically put it to them. It's like, I want my artwork to be at a level that really reflects my music and where I am and how I want to contribute to the space. And for me, I'm working with an artist that, granted, he's a Fiverr artist, but he's an awesome guy. I've actually used him for something else in the past, and it really, he's doing a tremendous job, but it's just not really lining up to where I want it to be and what I want to have shown as the face of my NFTs. And so with that, I'm going to be working on that a little bit. Dimitri, Pat was saying, you just got to feel right. And
Yeah.
at this point, I really am embracing that, and that's what's next. But I am sharing my music. Yeah.
Right. I was gonna say too, like finding the right relationships in this space. I think is really important to feel really good about what you're creating and what you're putting out there, and getting some support for that. And it's definitely a really incredible just story of being able to come into the space and to jump in 99.999 hog, and be able to really educate or get educated and educate yourself and share and go to lots of different spaces and communities, and connect with people and build relationships and be able to offer value, and also like get a lot of positivity back, be able to earn more off music here than any all the streaming platforms put together with a small fan base. So it's just it's one of those kind of inspirational stories to once again, so many people are able to do this, and so it's just awesome to be able to share in this kind of community and be able to make those connections and do the things that we are truly passionate about.
And I have to say, it was a 10x launch for me to go down to Newport Beach to the MetaJax Crypto Jazz Festival. I met you there. You were doing some live streaming, and just the rest of the people, a movie crew, and a whole bunch of just phenomenal artists. And with that, got myself started on putting my own NFT together, the one that I actually released, the one and only Smoked Skies. And I think I have that up on Audius as well, but if I don't, I will put that up. It's basically an extremely hard rock song that was one of the first that I put together after rededicating myself to producing music. And stepping back, it was actually 2019, November of 2019. I was just going through a moment where re-examining where I wanted to be in my life, and I went to the Sierras, did a major road trip over to Bridgeport, and I don't know if anybody knows Tioga Pass, driving over through Yosemite. I live in the Bay Area, and so California's my home place, even though I was born in Huntsville, Alabama, where my dad was a rocket scientist at NASA. But that's another story. The road trip was all about just getting a mind check, and with that, I came back and I started writing music. I bought a new DAW. I wound up buying Propeller Head Reason, and I just dove into it. And there came COVID, came NFTs, and the timing was just amazing. And since then, my library has just ballooned. I've got like 15 songs that can go out, and I've got a whole bunch of projects in motion. I've been taking my old acoustic stuff and putting orchestration to that, and I'm really trying to figure out how I can present the catalog over time. But the first 3 NFTs that I'm looking to release very soon are all space themed, and that actually goes back to my dad. I really have started to appreciate more and more where he was in the space industry. I mean, he wrote a number of papers that were directly influential in the space program leading up to the space shuttle and other things. And he's got entries in the Marx mechanical engineering handbook talking about atmospheric reentry. Just
So cool.
I mean, so I just want to give my dad that much more recognition as I talk about my music. And so the tunes that you see up on Audius, the three specifically, are Composite, Stepping into Space, and Do What You Do.
And I'm going to drop that link again.
Sweet. And I'm going to cut out because of my train coming.
The train is coming. This train is bound for glory. This train.
Woo.
This train. Oh, is he back?
I don't know about glory. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, it's just been an amazing time. Really had some great conversations along the way, and I've through especially fanfare, getting some really great relationships going. One, I definitely want to give some creds out to Houdini's with a Z.
I always said it Houdins.
Yeah. Well, and it actually breaks down to who Dean is, because his name is Dean. And that ties it all together. Absolutely. And so, but Houdini's, and through helping him set up, well, actually had his club in the Microsoft metaverse. He's was looking to do a show there, and I got him hooked in with the Metaverse Music Festival. But more than anything else, we tried doing a couple collabs. It didn't quite fit because the guy is just an awesome beat maker. Not a rapper, but he's in Weymouth, England, and he has that amazing English, smooth rap. I mean, it's just him and some of his partners have done some really cool stuff. And with that, just recently he had a project where he needed somebody to master his tunes. And part of my place, I've really found myself being more in a support role, really. And that's kind of where I customer service thing and finding trouble and fixing it, and doing the mastering on that just was really great, and he totally appreciated that. And that's another notch in my belt of what are the things I can do in the Web3 music scene. And so
that's huge. I mean, really, I think that there's going to be a lot of people coming in, especially as we have more and more, your everyday musicians that are going to be creating content that maybe don't have the tools or skills and knowledge to master it themselves. So being able to, work with other people in the space and being able to, collaborate in some way and provide that service too is super valuable for the whole community.
I'm loving it. And so one guy just showed up, population of Mars. I think you made it to Labs. And so with that, welcome. He's another really big contributor to the fanfare community. Just love to see what he's going on there. Just awesome. Doing some collabs and with the founder, Jackson, and other guys like Obsidian Gray, and of course Houdini's, we're looking for the opportunity to help educate other artists and bring the whole community up, because fanfare is a real unknown, but they've got a fully functional BSC Binance-based setup, and they have their own token. They're doing some interesting tokenomics with staking on individual artists, and it's one of these things where we're just at the foundational level for that project and part of the whole music NFT world, and so
Totally. It's still such early days. And I love the idea of being able to like stake on certain artists, because right now mostly, you know, we can support by buying an NFT, and we are kind of now like the label, each one of us individually, depending on what we're supporting, which is awesome. It's, you know, a revolution, but there's gonna, you know, it's so exciting to just watch it develop. You know, we're kind of thinking along similar lines for the NFT books over at PageDAO too.
Definitely. In fact, through Cypher even, you did a rap of one of my tunes once, and that's actually something I'm looking to publish through PageDAO.
Awesome. Yeah, it's and that's just like right there. We just like connected from what? How many you know, communities in that couple of sentences? Like half dozen at least.
It's true.
Yeah.
I really thank you for, you know, making that a possibility, and just, you know, opening the doors to all these communities. It's just, you know, Token Smart's been my second home on the internet, you can say, or Web3, and so it's a great place. Lad City now. You know, I talked to DJ Savage a while back about putting my tunes up on one of the playlists, but I think I might have gotten. So in fact, maybe after we play a couple of tunes, you know, he might be sold on that idea.
Let's do it.
What
I'm
do you
down
think?
to I'm
sure.
down to listen
I can
to a
always-
couple tunes.
I can always pump in tune for you guys. I'm chilling. You guys want me to push some tunes in? I got you.
I think it would be awesome. What would you suggest we start with? Now, which tunes do you actually have access to right now? The whole list on Audius, or?
As far as I know, the whole list on Audius, the link you sent me, I have a bunch of songs on here. I can kick off one on whichever one you'd like to hear.
Let me just double check, because I'm not on that right now.
Stepping into Space, Soul Vision, Resolve, Composite, Do What You Do,
Let's just go
Fanfare.fm.
down the ones that I mentioned. Yeah, let's do the NFT FM. That's a
All
nice
right.
short one.
Let's
Yep.
go. Here we go.
Founders Token.
So Rockin. I mean, if anybody out there had their head just still, perfectly still, you're just sitting there without like moving, I'd like to know that in the chat, because your soul is gone.
Yeah, and if there's any one thing I'd recommend is if you all can put stereo headphones or earbuds, you might get more of, you know, the full experience of the tunes.
Yeah, always you get a little better audio with a set of headphones in here on Discord for sure.
And it's incredibly clear. Thank you.
Yeah, that sounded great,
DJ.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible. Thank you, DJ Savage. Huge shout out.
Yeah.
Meow,
So,
meow, 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 meow.
here's a tune.
And that was, dude, that was so rockin'. So I hadn't heard the Founders one,
Yeah.
because I had sort of mixed up in my head the Genesis and Founder token. That was rockin', dude. That was a little more, I think, grungy, harder, like, than the Genesis one that I listened to when I got a token.
Well, let's just throw that up now.
Yeah.
And you'll hear the theme in the middle kind of switch back to the new. Go for
Oh, I'm sorry, I was grabbing the dog. He's being a butthole. Was I asked? Dude, he took a bunch of frappe from the girlfriend today. Like, he got a McDonald's frappe, so he got his, like, first hit of caffeine. Asshole all day. It was dog, I tell you what. All day.
Dude, don't give a
dog.
You don't want to frappe up the pup there. You're gonna have, poop on the cables or something. I don't know.
He's been crazy. Did you guys want me to kick off another song?
Yeah, please do the fanfare tune.
Excellent.
There it is. That was dope. Yeah, a little more like, I don't know, electro, weighty, a little more bouncy.
Exactly.
Yeah, love it though.
Yeah, and kind of in the same.
It's metaversey too. That was like very metaversey for me.
Well, thank you. And it was kind of the whole idea. I had this fanfare for the common man kind of in my head. There's this Emerson, Lake and Palmer tune, but more than anything else, I kind of wanted this theme to be like a lot of people in a stadium going da da da. It's just really kind of more of a theme kind of effect rather than.
Yeah,
Founders token, you did it. I'm gonna ram it. Yeah.
It definitely has the like high vibe, yeah, like celebratory kind of party.
Yeah. So along the way, before all this, I was doing, open mic nights, and I picked up a lot of blues, smooth jazz type stuff. And of course, the bulk of my music is kind of, call it progressive folk, because, I listen to a lot of Rush, a lot of Pink Floyd, and all these other really phenomenal musicians that, just have this rhythm, and that's the biggest thing that I focused on was a good rhythm and then working in a good melody. So you could throw anything at me, I'll listen and groove on pretty much all music up to death metal.
Nice, love it. Yeah, I'm very similar. Whereas, and even when I was younger, you know, I went to some Pantera shows and was like into some pretty heavy stuff too.
Oh
But
yeah,
now it would literally like give me a headache after a few minutes, you know, because I'm just old or something. But yeah, everything
yeah,
pretty much up to death metal screaming, which I
yeah.
used to appreciate, and now I can't appreciate it as much. Um,
Yeah, you know, I've gone to a lot of metal shows. In fact, one of my most favorite shows was a Metallica Guns N' Roses show, which, I guess in the grand scheme of things, they're kind of rock and roll, not heavy metal anymore. Just,
yeah.
really so much harder. But for sure, Metallica was one of the big heavy metal bands in my life, as well as
Oh
you
man,
know,
for the culture. I mean, yeah, it
yeah,
Metallica was like, I don't know, a force of, yeah, like a force in the culture back when I was, young teenager
yeah.
or whatever.
Did you ever come across Dream Theater?
Dream Theater,
Yeah,
um, it's not like ringing a bell for me.
yeah. So these guys are just virtuoso musicians that got together and created this metal slash progressive rock fusion band that that type of stuff kind of is that congeals so much of my music tastes, from shredding guitars to uh, you know just the keyboard playing. One of my favorite fusion bands was the Dixie Dregs, where Steve Morse on guitar, who he went off to tour with Kansas and Deep Purple. Uh, Amazing guitarist. He was like, yeah, U.S. #1 guitarist for like 15 years. But he had this band Dixie Dregs, and all of the musicians were off the charts. T. Levitz, Rod Morgenstein, and Andy West on bass. Just, man, awesome. Anyway, and there's Binks talking about Dream Theater. Um, her godfather is Al Di Meola, and he was in a band called Return to Forever, and that's, I'm not sure how many bands the other musicians were in, but Stanley Clark, Chick Corea, and others really just
Incredible
solidified their
talent.
place. Absolutely. And so I can go on. I I was on what is the Mighty My show the other day, and I kind of dropped a text in there that it was a little cryptic, saying I'd like to see more about liner notes. And liner notes are like this lost thing in the streaming world. You look at Spotify, you can barely get any information about what happened. Who did you know, who wrote the song, who wrote the lyrics, who arranged the music, who the producer, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I want to know who all the yeah uh, uh, musicians were, and like even where it was, and if you can get the lyrics for it all in one place, that would be awesome. And it's one of the biggest shortcomings I think we've got going on. And so if there's one thing that I'd like to promote in the NFT space, is to work on liner notes, and we can either like make it a link inside as a you know uh, in the description, or a, what do you call it, a element within the NFT to have a PDF that you can download, or there's usually enough text space to stick that in there as well.
Nice, yeah. Sorry, I was also just grabbing. Wanted to grab the Cometh Swap link. A couple people were asking about the Labs token in the chat. But yeah, there's so much to be able to kind of tackle and get creative with using the blockchain, and having more information available and having that information also like verifiable and sourced is going to be huge in the future. And it already, it's, you know, it's starting to come together. So it's really, really cool stuff to be able to be working on.
Yeah, and you know, making that equate to, you know, the smart contracts built into the NFTs. So depending on how you've got the tunes arranged, you know, work for hire. So not necessarily everybody's getting a cut on the actual transactions on the NFTs, but if they're a
you could have a
member of
collaborator.
Yeah, you can, you know,
Yeah,
any performers or lyricists or producers that really contributed to the output of your music. You know, you want to have it in the smart contract and the liner notes. So
absolutely. Who was it? Someone the other day was trying to. I didn't fully wrap my head around it because it was late at night, and I was like, "Oh, I can't get too into this now," or I was just like already doing too much stuff. But it was to do music NFTs and trying to work with royalties for like live musicians and maybe specific venues or something. It was definitely an interesting idea. So there's so many different aspects that can be approached through this that is, you know, it's kind of mind bending sometimes.
absolutely. So, you know, getting back to the whole concept of live playing musicians that influenced on the blues side, I can't tell you how much Stevie Ray Vaughan put an imprint on my brain about, you know, it's even beyond blues, right? But you know, one tune that I also really grooved with was when Eric Clapton went acoustic. You know, he redid Layla and, you know, a couple other tunes. And one tune that I came up with that I'd like DJ Savage to cue up now is Corner Dog. It's a really sloppy blues tune, which I layered tracks on, but you can hear my style on the guitar with this one.
All right.
Corner Dog. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Damn, is right. That was some serious licks. Give us a licking.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh man, great.
Thank you very much.
Very, very, very nice vibe to that. And love, you know, you got breadth to your styles, which is I think comes from, you know, investing so much time and energy into music and just kind of living it.
Well, the funny thing that happened from the interview on Easy's Corner was people were saying, dude, you got to play live. What's this recorded stuff? And I went, yeah, let me work on that, because I've been just, you know, noodling now and again, playing guitar, but most of it has been sitting behind a desk programming, you know, doing all these tunes that, you know, are, you know, these monstrous programming efforts where I'm like totally zoning for days. It's really
attacking from like all angles and like, yeah, getting super deep into
like
you know
100 threads.
Yeah, crazy versus like jamming out is it's such a different thing, whole other world.
Yeah. And so with that, I wound up getting this one tune set up with drum track. You know, she turned my playlist over to Lewis, and we zoomed in on this one tune, and I'll have a chance to share that soon. I'm gonna, you know, put on some more instrumentation before I share it, but I had to relearn the song. I had to almost learn how to play guitar again. So I wound up, you know, getting my calluses back, which she says, yeah, real guitarists don't have calluses. I don't have calluses anymore. They're perfectly smooth caps.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's what playing a lot takes. I mean, I've got my grip back. I mean, it was really weird. It's like, holy shit, am I really not playing that well anymore? It's like, it was a reality check. And so it's perfect timing. And I've also committed to play open mic nights one time a week from now on. I'm going to try and record that, and I'll post them.
Awesome.
And yeah, so in fact, I'm going to be meeting up with a percussionist on Sunday that I'd like to see if I have him join me on either occasion or on recordings. I'm talking about maybe going to some wineries, see if I can get a big enough set list together.
Dope.
Yeah, play live. Holy shit.
Yeah, and like that would be an interesting intermix between also like maybe the whole Web3 thing and like that culture that's starting to maybe get more interested. Definitely.
And so it's a departure from where my head's been for the last year, really. And it's all good. I'm going to have to somehow, you know, tie it all in to every, you know, all the effort that I've put in. And so slowly but surely, I'm going to get these in a recorded format that I can, you know, put out as NFTs. But right now, the ones that I'm really focused on, and this is a cue for DJ Savage. Let's play a couple of the tunes to be NFT'd, and that would start with Composite, if I may.
feeling it.
Dude, that's so fire. Just incredible and super, super, super dope. I would just listen to that again right over. Yeah, yeah, and just love what you are putting together, the soundscapes.
And that's exactly, thank you. That's exactly what I'm shooting for. Because I just poured over that, I don't know how many hours I put into this, but everyone just looking for the right instrumentation, each note for the right duration. I mean, most of it was mouse clicks. Very little of my music is actually put in via keyboard. It's mostly straight into the piano roll, and so it's pretty intensive. But every note, I mean, I listen to it again and I don't know if you've seen my other playlist. I've got the version numbers in it. I've got some with version 33 or
Nice.
so. And it's kind of like software. You're writing software essentially,
Right.
digital audio workstations. And so for me, it's exactly that. I'm not a great coder per se, but I'm a great coder of music. And so that's just
Absolutely.
my
And
thing.
there, it's just super immersive and, of course we're like dropping a few GIFs and like got the imagination going, but I could also imagine some really, really cool kind of immersive style fly through of some, dopely created 3D metaverse world that you could also actually fly through if you own the NFT, but you could just watch the video of someone else flying through if you just want to watch listen to the song or something. I don't know. Just thinking here.
Well, I'm noticing that we're at the, just past the top of the hour. You have a need to move on right away, but if I can indulge you one last song, and this is, the tune that goes out to my dad.
Oh, absolutely. We're not in like a rush, so.
Right on. Well, so this one's called Stepping into Space. And there's my training. I cut the opening on this one because it's radio play. Put up a long version.
Epic. Once again, like full on journey. Definitely that one had kind of the early mid kind of curvy part. Um, yeah, it just, it takes you for a ride.
And I just love music that you can plug into a playlist and drive. And, all music that has that kind of driving rhythm, just plug and play. Driving is one of my favorite things to do. And so, it kind of
I was
becomes natural.
I was gonna say if I ever do get, to jump on the like big fucking rocket of Elon Musk's, this would be the kind of stuff I'd be jamming in my helmet headphones or helmet speakers while we were doing it.
Yeah, there's one project I'd love to get this tune on is Star Atlas. And so,
Oh, what about those homies that are sending someone to space with an NFT? Like one of the one of the
uh,
NFT owners from this project is like chosen to go to space on one of the rockets. I forget which one. It
what?
was like Blue Origin or something. Yeah, there's like, and then like
Let's
one
try that.
other, there was some other NFT that, and it was like the first NFT to get minted in space, and they had some kind of space connection. There's definitely a couple projects out there doing stuff that I've heard of, like those ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Just
music NFT stuff going on right now.
And there's, also, I mean, most of this I think I've run across in Clubhouse. There's like, I'm trying to remember his name. He's an astronaut and he has been in a handful of NFT rooms. Um, I can't remember his name, who he was right now. Matt something. Anyhow, cool stuff though. Damn.
Thanks. And definitely taking people on a journey, and that was really all uh, with serious intent. The '80s vibe, the groove, everything that I was talking to a team to develop a song as a theme, and so this is what came out of that. And
Well,
I
you
think
definitely took us on a little trip there. If there's any links that you want to share, definitely do that, or you can, I think you should be able to put them in the live chat. If not, you can DM anything on the back end to me. I can drop them in. But man, it's always a super fun time getting to hang out and chat. Also, we'll definitely have you back, and yeah, wanna get updates on what you're up to, and over with Fanfare, it sounds like they're doing pretty awesome stuff too.
definitely, and you'll see Fanfare picking up some Twitter Spaces and maybe some YouTube streaming. Not sure exactly what it's going to show up like, even maybe on Twitch, but definitely are all about bringing up our community, all of our members, and then of course when I get ready to get these pieces out, we'll have another event. I'm actually going to be on DC in the City's crypto late night next
Oh, nice.
Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
dude, it's a super fun show. I mean, you know, so but yeah, they had Cypher on a few weeks back, and it was super fun, like taping an interview, and we'd gone into the metaverse to the Crypto Voxel Cypher parcel and did like a pop up, and a bunch of people came through and we rapped, and so that one is a really great episode of Crypto Late Night as well. I'll be looking forward to seeing yours.
yeah, and I'll keep on sharing more of this. I really appreciate you having me here and being part of this community. It's super huge for me, and that's really what I've been wanting to be part of. Just this this moment in time is like none other. I mean, for me to have this opportunity to share my music at this level, I don't know if I would have had it otherwise. And so I'm super thankful.
Well, it's absolutely my pleasure. Absolutely love the vibe and everything you're working on, and we'll just do it again in the near future. Are you going to like ETH Denver by any chance, or?
Nope, I'm putting all my chips into NFT.
There you go. I call that whole hogging it.
Yeah, so that's I'll be there March 22nd.
I think we might
And
be, or maybe it was me. I lost you there for a second.
oh, how about now? Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was saying is that NFT land, it's token smart and it's really family, and I can't wait
Oh
to
yeah.
meet everybody IRL.
IRL, baby. Regaverse style. We're gonna party down.
And so let's work on getting me a little spot to do a little live play and maybe get in on a panel or something.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
So I would love doing that.
Yeah. Let's connect over this weekend for sure.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, thanks again.
Thanks so much for coming. We do not have a PO-up tonight, unfortunately, but we will be back next week, same time, same place, on Easy Street in the heart of Lad City. Our vibe, our tribe.
Right on. Hey guys, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm going to share. Actually, I was working on a PO-app today, but I'm going to finish that up probably tomorrow and send something to my Twitter feed. So check it out.
Ooh, very cool. There you go. Hot PO-app alpha. Alpha
Yes.
PO-app. Alpha PO-app.
It's going to be some artwork. I'll put some artwork in there. So, hey.
So, love to hear it. Definitely want to follow on Twitter and all the socials. I saw some, the link tree is dropped here. I'll just drop that one again right at the bottom of the chat here. Just nice and quick. And definitely click on that, open it up, hit, the Twitter, YouTube, any of those streaming links and whatnot too. And yeah, our vibe, our tribe.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
All right. Peace, bro.
Take care.
Our vibe, our tribe.
It ends here.
Goodbye.
Boop.